he's in the VA right now because he started drinking about 10 days ago and literally almost killed himself, like drinking heavily bad. I mean, drinking mouthwash, horrible, horrible. I finally got him to go to the hospital, and his biggest thing is he's so upset because he killed a man. He killed an innocent man who was a British Marine. I don't even know if this is true. And that is like eating away at him.
Uh-huh.
Well.
Hey, honey, it's Don Shipley calling back.
Hi. Did you see the messages I sent you?
Yes. Yes, I sure did.
Did you read the text that went back and forth between us?
Yes, I sure did.
What do you think about that? What does that even mean?
Oh, honey, he is so full of shit. He's making me mad right now just talking about it. It appears he probably was on Swick. Swick are boat guys. And I don't want to downplay what they do, but they are not SEALs. They are not even close. You keep asking him about a SEAL, and he just turns the tables and tries to get away from that. Everything I own has Navy SEAL stuff on it. I worked and died with them. Marcus called me brother. You know what, honey? Shut the fuck up. That guy is pissing me off so bad. And they do not get tridents. He lied about that. He's a support guy. The only guys that wear SEAL tridents are SEALs. They've earned them. They don't get assigned to Team 3 like that. You know, they support and go out. He's suffering from identity crisis. But when he tells you that he was assigned to Team 3 and that they gave him a trident, he's lying. Where is that? But once we were assigned to a team, we get to wear the trident and be part of the SEAL team. Like me, Team 3. Bullshit. Bullshit.
I wouldn't freaking care what he was. I didn't even know what a SEAL was. Before I worked next door to a barbershop. A bunch of old guys are next door, and I basically just had the conversation with him, and they're like, wow, do you even understand what that is? I'm like, no, I don't know anything about the military at all. Yeah. And they explained it to me. I'm like, wow, that's pretty intense, you know? And I'm like, whoa, like, is that true? Like, you actually went through that? You know, in the stories and, you know, him being friends with this guy and that guy and then that movie and that was, like, you know, his friends. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, this just seems... And then I caught him lying about other stuff and I'm like, just trying to figure out, this is asking me to marry him. And I'm like, I cannot let this man into my life with my children and my family knowing that, you know, this could be a lie. And... You know, I Googled it, I was trying to find it, I couldn't find anything online, and then I saw your story. I'm like, I gotta try it.
Okay, here's what happens with these guys. And it's fortunate that you caught this now. Because far too often, women contact me years into this thing. And that's what I ask them. That's one of the first things I do. I go, do you catch him in a lot of little lies? And they, yeah, always. Where were you last night? Where'd the money go? Just things don't start adding up. And then, but the SEAL thing is always something believable. You know, that's why I drink so much. That's why I hit you. The PTSD, I've lost a lot of good men. And then shit just starts making sense. And then they find out, my God, he's not even that. But the problem is just so many lies that are in here. Marcus Luttrell was never at SEAL Team 3. Marcus Luttrell was at SDV team. And you can search that. He was not a team. And Marcus didn't call him brother. You know, they always use these big names of guys that they get. And now it's 237. Well, guess who's went through 237? Morgan Luttrell. And you can read that. Axelson, you know. He's bringing up these dead SEALs, and it upsets me to no end. But you need to go back. I'll talk to him if you'd like to. Why don't you just three-way call him and put him on here right now, and I'll go at him.
I would love to. Will you?
Yes. Can you do it?
Okay.
So this gets serious. This guy is telling her that he was responsible for a training accident that killed a British Marine, and that he was dishonorably, other than honorably, thrown out. You can't even get that straight. So when you hear these stories, in my experience, the SEALs and the reason for it, the one part of that you can believe is that he was dishonorably discharged. He was booted for something, but it was fucking for killing a Marine. They all come up with something. I refused an order to kill women and children. This young lady's going to call me again. She's a single mother and got wrapped up with this guy, and appears he was a boat guy. We're going to find that out. But telling her that he was a SEAL. Nailed down, he said he's a SWIC, but he gets a trident. He's assigned to a SEAL team. Marcus calls him brother. Just these big names and the class that he was in, and it's just...
This is crazy.
Yes, it sure is. Goes on.
It's really crazy.
It's just
so
on the...
he's in the VA right now because he started drinking about 10 days ago and literally almost killed himself, like drinking heavily bad. I mean, drinking mouthwash, horrible. I finally got him to go to the hospital, and his biggest thing is he's so upset because he killed a man. He killed an innocent man who was a British Marine. I don't even know if this is true, and that is like eating away at him.
Uh-huh.
So this is why he's in the hospital now, and this is why he's going to be sent to a treatment facility like after he leaves on Monday. But I don't even know if that's true. You can even find out if that's true or not either.
Yeah. Are we going to talk to him?
Huh? Yeah. So I'm going to call him right now.
Okay.
I just wanted to tell you what was like the background of like where he's at and like what's happening at this moment, you know?
Yeah.
I'm going to let him talk about it a little bit and just see, ask some questions and stuff so you could kind of get the, like the gist of like what you're talking about.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay. Here we go. Okay.
Hey, can you hear me?
Hey, sorry. I don't know if my phone is fine. Are you okay?
Okay. Yeah, I'm okay.
So, I really need to talk to you like in more detail about this Navy stuff because it's a little bit shocking for me to find this out.
Okay. What about it?
I just need to understand like exactly like what did you do? See, okay, so you were not a Navy SEAL. We figured that out, even though you told me you were. What were you? What did you do in the Navy?
It's called SWIC, and you work on Navy SEAL teams. So you insert and extract them, and you do all sorts of everything with them. You're just like kind of their second-hand man.
So you're not a SEAL?
No, but on SEAL teams, yes.
You're on the SEALs team? So when everything happened to you, like when you said that happened with that man that you killed, what happened with that? Where were you? Like what were you with the SEAL? Were you with the SEALs when that happened? Were you with your team when that happened?
Yeah, they had already inserted, and we're in Helmand Province, and a call needed to be made about calling in, munitions. And it takes two to make the call, and the other person left the call up to me.
And what happened?
I thought that it was best to make the call and do it then. I didn't think that anybody else could be there, and I was just certain of the outcome. I thought that if we let them go, then we might not get them again. They'd go out the other side of the town and we'd lose them.
So who were you to make this call? Were you like some higher up person in there to make a call?
Yeah, I mean, it was a first class petty officer and also a SAC A.
Do you have, can I find that out? Is there documentation saying that that's what you were? Because how did you get a piece of paper that said you were a SEAL? Where did that come from?
It said for your service with SEAL Team 3.
What was it? Say it again?
It said for your service with SEAL Team 3.
But it said SEAL. It said that you graduated that Delta thing.
Yeah, well, I had to go through some of the other schools to get there same thing. We have to go through a lot of the same stuff because we do the same things.
It's just hard for me to believe anything now because obviously it's just lie after lie after lie. This is really difficult for me, if you can imagine.
I can imagine, but in this world, I mean, there's few and far between that there's any difference between the two. And so when you ask, I blew it off as just, well, yes, I was on the SEAL team. Like, I didn't want to talk about it. I blew it off, obviously, because I didn't want to talk about it, period. And I hoped that it would have been left at that. But then more and more you brought it up, and I wish that it hadn't been brought up.
So why didn't you just tell me then that you weren't a SEAL? Then why didn't you just explain to me then instead of just lying for so long about it?
Because it would have taken us sitting down talking about all this stuff that I didn't want to talk about.
Why didn't you want to talk about it?
Because I don't want to talk about it because I have PTSD regarding it.
Okay. Alright, let me call you back in a few minutes.
Yep.
Hey, did you hear all that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What do you think? I feel almost bad for him. I don't know what to think now.
Okay, none of that shit happened is what you think. He's still talking about this SEAL thing. I can see these SEAL team certificates up here. I bet it said Naval Special Warfare Development Group SEAL Team 3. But get him on the phone, and I'm just going to jump right in, okay?
Okay.
Let me try this one more time. I'm just getting really worked up. I'm fucking tired. Things happen. I got shit to do. Hey.
So he won't answer anymore because he said that his doctor told him not to talk about it anymore.
Yeah.
So does he sound like he's just completely lying, or does he sound like genuine?
He is so full of shit. He wants you to feel sorry for him, and you girls often do. Oh, he drinks.
I do. I feel bad for him. What if he's not,
the horror he saw from killing that British Marine. Well, that would be easily discovered. This guy told you he was a SEAL. He's telling you he's assigned to a SEAL team. He told you he's allowed to wear a trident. He's telling you it's the same kind of training. He's showing you a certificate that says SEAL on it from him, and I don't know why he would be assigned to SEAL Team 3. It's just shit with these guys. He told you he was a SEAL. He lied, and you catch him in a bunch of little lies. I bet you he got thrown out of the Navy for drinking. He's a drunk, but that had nothing to do with him seeing a British Marine die. This PTSD.
You think so?
No. Oh, God. I mean, they always come up with this crap. They're so full of shit, these guys. I didn't go through SEAL. He told you he was a SEAL. Now he's saying they didn't go through SEAL training, but them dumb fucking SEALs that went through all that, the most demanding training, the toughest military training in the world, when I show up to their team, they're going to give me one of those. Those guys that earned that thing are going to give me one that I didn't earn. It's bullshit. That guy, I would tell you, honey, he's got a terrible drinking problem if he's in that VA hospital and you catch him in a lot of lies and you're about to go down a very dark road with that guy. I would tread cautiously. How about that?